Kia ora and welcome to another recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. I'm Mama C. Well, it's season 2, it's episode 2, and if you remember last time we saw Molly Poppins take the win and Faux Fur sashay away after the lip sync with Spanky Jackson. Well, the cast re-enters the workroom post-elimination to read the mirror, which once they decipher it, they finally realize that it says, "The loud niece dies." Ah! Okay, so it wasn't naughty as they thought. So Spanky cleans the mirror and Minnie congratulates Spanky. And Spanky then says, they're going to step it up because they're going to win. They want that crown. So they're going to show everybody what they got. Then we join the queens in the workroom next day. Queen Kong says they're going to definitely step things up. Spanky agrees. Spanky's going to step it up as well. Minnie decides to share a discussion about some misunderstanding, I guess. I don't know. There really wasn't context, so I don't know what that was about. But Aubrey seems nonplussed, so I guess it was no big deal. We see Ru on the screen telling them that they're going to have an acting challenge. So Ru enters with a couple of pit crew members in tow and some sashes and says Molly Poppins, as the winner, has to pick who would wear these sashes because it's the Tea No Shade Pageant. So the first sash says biggest competition. So Molly picks Yuri Guy. Next sash is Daggy Drag, which would be like questionable fashion. And that goes to Spanky Jackson. You knew they were going to do that. The next sash is You Beauty, which is who's the hottest trade out of drag is really what it is. And we all knew that was going to go to Queen Kong. That was pretty obvious. Next, and the last sash is Taking the Piss, which would be who they think the next is to go home. And that ends up going to Beverly Kills. However, in an aside, we see Molly say that she was going to pick Minnie, but was afraid Minnie would come after her, and so felt safer picking Beverly. So what's going to happen is these are then two teams with sashes and teams without. The teams with sashes get joined by Molly Poppins because I guess she has to work with people she picked. So maybe they might think that might cause some dramas. So Molly starts to tell her team that she was going to pick Minnie as the one she thought would go home next, but was too afraid. Some shade starts getting cast. I really love the fact that Queen Kong shuts it down. Basically says, you know what? Gotta respect. And remember who was here first. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was a gentle way of saying be respectful. And I appreciated that very much. Next team, Yuri worries about the acting. Minnie shares that they are dyslexic and so they need to learn things in a different way. Spanky worries about their team's timing a bit. So everybody's got their worries. Then it's time for the teams to shoot with Michelle and Reese. Just going to point out that I love Michelle's hair in this. I'm just going to leave that right here. Minnie and Hannah are absolute naturals. Aubrey struggles a bit. Yuri struggles a bit with her team. But they get through it. So we'll get to see the results coming up. Well, it's elimination day. As the queens prepare for the runway, they chat, of course. Maggie says that they work with kids and doesn't want to let them down. Yuri opens up about their struggle growing up in a family who isn't very accepting. When they were 15, their family asked if they were gay, and if they had said yes, they were, they would get them help. Anyway, so they denied being gay because obviously they didn't feel any support, and pulled away from their family because the family said they would never accept it. And I just don't understand that. That breaks my heart. So Spanky offers support and says, "You are enough, and there's always a place in their family." Well, it's runway time, and the category is insects on the runway. All right, well, our guest judge tonight is Lucy Lawless, Xena, warrior princess, but she's on My Life is Murder. By the way, see that? That's me. I was in that scene. That's right. I was an extra in My Life is Murder. I know. Stop the presses. But okay, I've got to stop and take a minute here because... All right, as soon as I saw Michelle's hair, all I could think of was Rick James. Now, come on, humor me. Look at this. Come on. I can't. Anyway. Whew, okay. Up first on the runway is Molly Poppins. Molly is apparently a praying mantis. It's nice and bright and colorful. Yeah. Up next is Queen Kong. Queen is, oh gosh, it's a certain kind of moth, but I can't remember what it is, but I thought it looked great. Next, Aubrey Hive. Was she a cockroach? I mean, granted, a very glamorous cockroach. I mean, because it looked very well put together and all that, but I was trying to figure out the bug, and I'm assuming it was a cockroach, the coloring and all that. Minnie Cooper is a beautiful butterfly. Absolutely beautiful. Love that. Even like the black velvety sort of feel, it gives that whole illusion of, how caterpillars and the bodies of, they are often fuzzy in that. I thought it was just a nice touch. I thought that was a great touch. And the hair, I love the color in the hair. That was really good too. Up next is Beverly Kills. Some kind of hornet, I'm thinking? A wasp? A hornet? I don't know. But it was very well done. Palmer Firth. A blue cicada, or cicada, as some people say. Cicada. Let's call the whole thing off. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was nice. Spanky Jackson. Miss Jackson apparently is a fly. And well done as well. So much better than last week's Pantygate, right? It's time for Hanaconda. Oh my God. It was so good. I could have just licked her up. It was so good. The old Hollywood, just absolutely stunning. I mean, if I was a moth, baby, I would love to look like that moth. Far out. Absolutely stun. So good. And last but not least is Yuri Guy, who is, and you can definitely tell, a praying mantis. Wow, another well-executed look. Obviously, Yuri knows how to make a garment, and yeah, well done. I mean, I don't know if they made this particular one, but obviously they designed it or had someone design it for them and they knew what they wanted, because well done. It was very well done. So, maybe young, but just something there. Something a little extra special there. Yeah, just a little bit of magic. Judges, along with the queens, get to check out the acting challenge that two teams had recorded. Well, I gotta say, for the one team, I loved Hannah and Minnie. It was so funny. They had great chemistry. It was well done. I mean, obviously, our little newcomer, Aubrey, had some struggles. And, fair enough. It's experience, right? I think with time, Aubrey's going to become absolutely amazing. Just give it a little time to cook. Other team, good job, but some more struggles. Palmera was in both sketches, so, I thought she did a great job between both sketches. Rue says they will be judged as individuals, even though they were on teams, which is probably a relief to everyone. So, calling forth Molly, Beverly, and Palmera, as they are all safe and can leave the stage. So that leaves our tops and bottoms. Every time... I had to stop and go back and watch this episode 3 times because I couldn't stop. I just was so mesmerized by Michelle's Rick James hair. I couldn't handle it. So I had to keep going back because I was missing things that were being said because I was so focused on the Rick James hair. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me a bad person, but damn it. I know Michelle gets flack from time to time, but I like Michelle. And normally I love her hair. This was not the look for me. Okay, up first with the judges, Queen Kong was the moth. Michelle says it wasn't up to their usual par. Reese says, I've seen you in the real world, and I know you're talented. You need to show this lady here. And I don't know if he was pointing to Michelle or Rue, but I'm assuming it was Rue. And Rue says, you need to trust your directors. Up next is Aubrey Have. The look is stunning, but she struggled with the wing execution on the runway and the acting challenge. Yeah. Up next, Minnie Cooper. They get praise for being seasoned and a job well done. Beautiful butterfly. It really was gorgeous. And now, Yuri Guy. Awesome look, of course. I mean, it's Yuri. But the acting does need work, and that'll come with experience. Spanky Jackson. Yay, tights on the runway. Woo woo. Well, that's what Michelle was pleased about. And thank goodness. This look was obviously much better. Covered the bottom area. So no worries there. And Spanky did an absolute bang up job in the acting challenge. So no worries there. And finally, Hanaconda. Wow. Stunning. Most beautiful looking moth ever. I mean, even the iridescence of the whole look and everything was just stunning. Just absolutely stunning. And so talented. So well done. Very good. I would say, in my opinion, it was Hanaconda and Spanky and Minnie as the top three. That would have been mine. But first, so in our version of Untucked, which is basically a couple minutes backstage, Queen thinks that they're going to be lip syncing against Yuri. Yuri starts to cry. Stress. Minnie is asked their opinion, but says they're often misunderstood or misinterpreted, and their delivery is off. Minnie then says when she was mentoring Pomera that she seemed entitled, and some other words. Pomera took a joke the wrong way, but anyway, blah, 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 air is cleared. And it was really like a non-drama, really? It really wasn't anything, so I don't understand why they even put it in. Which is why we don't have an Untucked here, because I don't think the drama is as bad in New Zealand and Australia. So back to the runway. The judges say Queen is beautiful, but sort of stuck in their own head, so they need to bring it out. Aubrey, Reese thinks that they overcomplicated things, got too much in their head. Apparently this was a thing for this week. They say Yuri didn't understand the direction, but her runway was off the charts. Spanky, even though she couldn't settle on one accent, still funny as, and she came from rough as guts last week to great. So Hannah looked like a black and white film star, and just absolutely stunning. I mean, if I was a moth, that's the moth I want to be. Stunning. Ugh. So good. Back to the runway. Well, we find out Spanky wins a challenge. Wow. So congrats. I mean, honestly, I really thought that Hannah was going to take the win, but I mean, I'm really happy for Spanky because that's got to feel so good after the shit week last week, right? I mean, it's got to feel good. Spanky wins a luxury 4-night stay with a Sofitel location of choice in either New Zealand or Australia. And that means Hanaconda and Minnie Cooper are both safe. So that leaves us with Queen, Aubrey, and Yuri. Well, Yuri is pronounced safe. And I was like, whew, because there's so much more I want to see from Yuri, because I just can't wait to see the next outfits. That's mainly my thing. I can't wait to see what they have prepared for the rest of the show. So I'm mad keen to see that. Yuri is pronounced safe, so that means that it's down to Aubrey and Queen Kong, and they have to lip sync to the Divinals, I Touch Myself. So Queen shows us, again, much like Spanky did, that experience can win you a lip sync. So well done to Queen Kong. And we have to say goodbye to Aubrey Have, because Aubrey has to sashay away. She has to have a bright future, though. I mean, because she just started drag 5 minutes ago. So just the beginning. I mean, a whole world opening up. So wishing much luck to Aubrey Have. So as I'm looking at her mirror message, I'm trying to figure out, is babbies a thing that I'm just not aware of? Or was she trying to say babies? Maybe it's a thing, or maybe spelling's just not her thing. So next time, they're going to work in pairs, and they have to perform a drag brunch. Well, that wraps up this recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under, Episode 2. I'm Mama C. Make sure you join us again next time. And please, like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day, wherever you are.